You're listening to a comedy podcast brought to you by Lovdev. It's called A Crazy Little Thing Called Lovdev. That's just very confusing. Today's episode is 144, Xylophone. You wasn't expecting that, was you? It's the original theme tune to this podcast. I felt like it was, just sitting there collecting dust, and I thought, let me just scrape it off a little bit. Let's bring it back. Let's bring back the old season 1 theme tune. Kind of missed it, to be honest. It's a bit more... Do you know what I mean? Bit more like... It doesn't even go like that, does it? I'm not quite sure what's wrong with me. I've had an exciting weekend. This is the weekend I'm recording this. Last night I was doing a gig in Preston, a little village called Penwortham. They had a place called The Venue. It's The Venue because it's where... Used to be an old library. And the council wanted to shut it down, as always. Usual council. Trying to save money, because nobody reads books anymore. And the community were like, no. We're taking it back. There is a bit more to that story, because in one of the topics, somebody's asked a question, and it kind of relates to the gig that I did yesterday. Yes, I'm wondering whether shall we just go straight into it? Or shall we just talk for more bits, nonsense stuff? I think we should just go straight into it.
Ask the UK.
It is Ask the UK. Because it relates to the gig last night, kind of. So I might as well just do it now instead of me going back and forth and you all being confused going... Is he doing a callback? No, he's doing Ask the UK. Ask the UK already. He normally chats for 10 minutes. Absolute nonsense. And then he does his little topics and ends the podcast. You all know the routine of this podcast, don't you? Anyway, what I was saying was we're going to do...
Ask the UK.
Exactly. Ask the UK. This question has been posted on the Ask the UK forum on Reddit, as always. It's been put up by somebody called Serious Oil. Maybe he's a man who's all about oil. I'm a man about oil. Have I told you I've been using this oil? I'm going off topic now again. See, I do what I do, don't I? I've definitely got ADHD. There's something wrong with me. I've been using this oil for my hair now, because my hair's receding. I'm losing it. When I look down, when I put my head down like that, right, I see like a baldy patch. And I've said it before, I'm getting worried, folks. So I've started putting Jamaican castor oil in my ear, And I don't know if it's working, do you know what I mean? But it's nice, I like it. Like, it's better than any other gel. I don't use wax anymore. Just use Jamaican castor oil and a little bit of rosary oil. And it's lovely for your hair, man. It's like proper shiny, man. So I've been using that anyway, and that's why I brought to oil. I'm going really, really off topic now because I'm bouncing. I don't even know why I said I'm doing Ask the UK, and now I'm talking about hair oil. Basically, I was on Facebook, and you know how Facebook knows that everything about you? It does, doesn't it? I don't know how. It's all the algorithms and stuff. It works with Google, I reckon. So I'll just search in, hair transplants as I normally do, just to kill time. And I got a message off this person on WhatsApp. Don't know how he got my number. He said, I've seen you've been looking at our Facebook page and was wondering if you want to have a consultation. So I didn't respond, right? Then he sent another message the next day. Hello, still waiting for your consultation. All I need you to do is take a couple of pictures of your head and we can take it from there. And I thought, bloody hell, they don't give up, do they? Then he sent a third message, right, a week later. I haven't heard from you, mate, he said to me. So I'm guessing I'm going to close your case for now. But do remember, if you want us to sort your head out, send us some pictures. We won't contact you again, he said. Mate, he contacted me again the following day. Hello, did you manage to send the pictures? To me, that's just too desperate. If you're a professional company, you'd be like, we'll do the job. If you want it, come and see us. If you don't, whatever. Enjoy your life, mate. No, I had to send in pictures, but I haven't. No, I haven't. Unless somebody else does it for me. Send some pictures. There you go. I've gone off topic again, I've told you, haven't I? Definitely got ADHD. Maybe, God knows. So, let's do this.
Ask the UK.
For the third time, hopefully I will do it this time. Ask the UK. As I said, this bloke called Serious Oil, and I've already mentioned about my Jamaican castor oil because it's brilliant. His question he's put down is it illegal to chill in a car park? Is it illegal to chill in a car park? Before I read the rest of your post, mate, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. It depends on what car park it is, obviously. If it's pay and display, then you should be all right because you've paid for your time to be in the car park. If it's a private car park where you're not really meant to park there, I have done. I do it all the time. When I go to the airport, Birmingham Airport, you can't park there. They've changed the rules now. I don't know if I've told you this. BHX is what I call it. That's short for Birmingham Airport. When I go BHX, right, that's Bravo Hotel Xylophone. Xylophone spelt with an X, it is, isn't it? They used to have a 20-minute waiting time. So back in the days, you could park your car there for 20 minutes and wait for your passengers to walk up. They've reduced it to 10, and now it's only 5 minutes. Literally, drive in, drive out, mate, or you got to pay for parking. And it's not cheap, believe me. So I can't even chill there anymore. So what I do now, I park in this industrial estate, which is round the corner from it. And it's kind of like you're not meant to park there, but you can. It's just full of taxi drivers because they all park there. When they get a job, they go around and pick the passengers up. In a way, I don't think it's bad. Obviously, you're not going to chill in somebody's drive, are you? Park your car on someone's drive and just chill. I don't know, man. It depends, like I said. I was going to mention this before. Shall I read these and then I'll tell you what happened yesterday? Because I did say it's kind of related to the gig. Let's read what he says. Serious Oil. I wake up pretty early and decide to go on a morning walk. Oh, that's good of you. Looking after your health, mate. I was passing by a car park building. Me and my friends used to visit years ago, since it had a nice view at the top. Oh, is it one of them? Is it, what you might call it? I don't want to say the full word, you know what I mean. I was merrily watching the view and the sunrise. Not drugs, not smoking, anything of that sort. I don't know why you had to say that, but yeah. A man on his bicycle calls me over and says, "The CCTV are asking what you're doing here this time in the morning." I tell them, I'm just walking about. He then says, "They say you got 5 minutes before we call the police." I left to not cause any issues, and the man, who was very polite, but on what grounds could the police be called? What grounds could the police... You could be trespassing, obviously. I don't know what this building... You said you was in a car park building. If it was like I said, if you're paying for the car park, then you shouldn't really be in trouble for that. But you didn't have a car, did you? Which is a little bit suspicious, I suppose. Me and my friends used to go there and enjoy the view. Oh yeah, I know what you mean when you enjoy the view. That's why you said not drugs. Of course, mate. And never faced any issues. The car park level I was at was completely empty, so it is a proper car park. And is open space. The car park is also connected to my gym. The situation felt very random to me as I wasn't displaying any suspicious behaviour and had my headphones in listening to music, watching the view. Anyone have any extensive knowledge on the UK law and whether what I was doing was illegal? I don't have any idea, but I will ask LGBT for you. Not now, but I will. I'll tell you what happened to me yesterday. So as I said, I went to do that gig in Preston. And I was looking for a car park. We got near the car park, me and another comedian named Paul Pierre. He's a headliner. So I picked him up from his hotel because I'm a nice man. But I did charge him a tenner. And I got near the venue. It's called the venue as well, funny enough. And I thought, where's their car park? Have they got a car park here? I couldn't really tell. So I went round the bend. There's a road down the bend. So I went round that bend. And I seen like a little car park which was adjacent to the venue. I thought, I wonder if you can park here. But I did notice there was British Telecom vans in there. So open, what's it called? Open Reach, that's it. And I thought, I wonder if it's probably the depot for BT. So I was going to drive in, and there was a bloke there, and he was just about to lock up the gate. And I said, hello, mate, you all right? I said, oh, is this a car park for the venue, the actual venue? And he went, no, this is BT, mate. He said, what? He said, why, what's happening in there? I said, there's comedy on today. I said, but me, he said, are you both comedians? And we went, yeah, we're both comedians. And he went, that's bloody lovely, that is. He was dead nice, this bloke was. He went, that's so nice. He told me all about the venue. He said, you know that place, it used to be a library. And then he started chatting, and I thought, that's it now, we're not going anywhere. Because he was one of them blokes. He went, they do all sorts in there, you know. They have, like, learning disability events, they have concerts, they have bands and stuff in there. He said, the whole community gets together. And I thought, bloody hell. And I was looking at my clock thinking, we're going to be late. I mean, we weren't late, but you know what I mean. You kept chatting and chatting and chatting. And I said, oh, God. I said, what? I said, where else can we park? He said, there's a Tesco right there, look. I said, oh, yeah, there is a Tesco. He said, you can park there if you want. I said, do you know what, mate? You're a lovely bloke. Lovely bloke. Lovely Lancashire person he was, man. Like, genuine lovely bloke. And I said, come on, mate. Come with us. Come inside. I'll say you're a guest. And he said, oh, no, I've got to go. But enjoy your comedy. Hope you have a good gig, lads. So, technically, we wanted a park in there. And I reckon, if I didn't, if that place was still open and that bloke was in there, 100% he would have said, come on then, lads, you can park in here. It's all right. He was that type of person. He was dead nice. I don't know why I mentioned that, but it had to do with car parking. Our Serious Oil basically wants to know this question. So I'm going to put it in to LGBT chat and see what it says. Maybe it will say, I reckon it will say, it depends on the grounds, blah-de-blah-de-blah. So what I've done, I copy and pasted. Oh my God. ChatGPT is insane. It didn't even take, normally it takes like 2 or 3 seconds. I literally press enter and it comes straight up. So let's see what it says. Car parks and private property. Most car parks are privately owned, which is what I said. The owners of the operators can set conditions for use, even if the space is open to the public. Lingering or using it for non-parking activities could be seen as violating the terms of use. There's the trespass rights. Technically, being on a private property without permission can be considered as trespass. And then suspicious behaviour. Security might view anyone loitering in a car park suspicious due to concerns about theft, vandalism, and drug use. So basically, that's it. That's the whole policy on private car parks. I hope that solved your puzzle, Serious Oil. I mean, I kind of answered it, didn't I? That's what you could have just done. You could have just gone on to LGBT and asked that, and it would have just told you everything. More exciting news. I've got a gig tonight. Well, I don't know if I've told you all this, but I did this competition called British Comedian of the Year. And the prize for the winner is £10,001, which is a lot of money in the UK. And obviously, if I won that money, I would definitely use it towards something. And it will probably be my kids' holidays. So my daughter, obviously, you guys know she wants to go to Japan. And that would obviously pay for that and would have a little bit left over. And then my son wants to go to Pennsylvania in the USA because there's an old steam train engine station there and they've got Thomas the Tank Engine. And obviously he loves Thomas the Tank Engine. Every autistic person loves Thomas the Tank Engine. And my son is one of them. So I thought, right, I could do both of their destination they want to go to if I win, but I'm not bothered about that. Like, it's a big competition. I've got it tonight. I haven't told many people that I got through into the semi-final. I don't know what the outcome's going to be. By Monday I will know, and if you follow me on the social media, then you will know whether I won or not, basically. If not, you'll find out the week after. It's just a competition. I'm not a fan of competitions. I think 10 minutes isn't really long enough for anyone to judge who's the funniest person. End of the day, I think we're all funny. We're just all different and unique. So we'll have to see. But I am taking another comedian with me, car sharing, Michael McKenzie. I think I've met him. I'm not too sure. He's Derby-based, but he's going to have to get the train down to me into Birmingham. Then I got to take him to Milton Keynes, is where I'm doing my heat. And then... yeah, blah-de-blah-de-blah. So we'll have to find out what is going to happen. But let's see what else is happening. I know what I want to do.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's interesting. What is it that's interesting? Well, I'm going to tell you. So I believe this story dates back to 2012. There was a New Jersey teenager in the US. He got killed when his head hit a highway overpass, and apparently what he done, he stuck it out of a party bus near the George Washington Bridge that connects between Manhattan and New Jersey, and it goes over the Hudson River. His name was Daniel Fernandez, and he was only 16 years old, unfortunately. He died on his way home after a Sweet 16 party. He was on the top level of a double-decker bus when apparently, right, he stuck his head out of an emergency hatch in a roof. Oh, my God. I thought it was the other way. Like, like outside a normal car window, you stick your head out. Oh, that's awful, man. Apparently, his head then got struck on the underside of an overpass. Oh, dear. This incident occurred after the New Jersey bound. It departed from Queens in New York, and it had 65 teenagers on that bus. Oh, man, that's awful. So apparently an off-duty emergency medical technician, his name was Leon, he said he approached the scene to offer his assistance and escorted worried parents to a nearby police station where their children were waiting, and one individual had on a blood-soaked shirt and refused to take it off until police insisted that he change. Maybe, see, these kids are clever, aren't they? Because they know that they need it for investigation, maybe. A number of the other individuals had blood all over them as well. Oh, that is awful, man. McIver said he tried to console the mother of one of the girls who was on the bus. She was crying and crying and crying and hugging me and thanking me. The horrific scene left several party goers stunned, according to multiple posts on social media. Don't forget, this happened in 2012, 10 years ago. Sitting here with your blood on my foot, wishing this was all a bad dream, said one of his friends. Oh, that's awful, man. I don't even know if I can read the rest. Such a sad story. Interesting, but yeah, sad at the same time. I mean, the bus is touted online. It's the largest custom-made party bus in the country, according to its designers. I wonder if they changed after that incident. They must have took off the roof so it doesn't happen again. But what a tragic story. Interesting, but tragic. Oh, God, I feel awful reading it. Wow. Imagine that happening to you. That is like the movie, isn't it? Final Destination. That's what that story reminds me of. I'll tell you what, though. I know I say it all the time, right? People in the UK on the motorway, guys, seriously, if you drive, please abide to the motorway rules, because last night on the way home from my gig, I was so close to... Sometimes I wish I had a blue light. Honestly, I wish I had a blue light and I had some, like, I could pull people over and give them an instant fine. £1,000 fine. That's what I would give someone for not driving correctly on the motorway. There was this guy on the motorway. He was in the third lane. He was doing 40 miles an hour. And I was thinking, what are you doing, mate? That's how accidents occur. I generally, and I've said it a million times, the UK government needs to put a driving test on the motorway. If you can pass your normal driving test, fine. Maybe there's some kind of barcode or color coordination on your number plate. So you know how everyone now, like in the UK, we've got green. Everyone knows that green on a number plate means it's 100% electric. I think we should have the same rules for on the motorway. Let's have blue. If you got blue on your registration, you can see a blue logo or a blue, I don't know, a stripe. That means you're allowed to drive on the motorway. And if you haven't got it, you don't even need the police. I mean, they've got cameras all over the motorways nowadays in the United Kingdom. It will instantly take a picture. If it finds you on there and you don't have that blue mark on your number plate, it knows that you can't drive on there. But then that's not going to work, is it? Because if you sell your car... Now I've really puzzled myself. If you sell your car, right, and someone else buys it and it's got that blue stripe on it already, and they don't have a motorway license, it's not going to work, is it? There has to be some kind of rule, I think. Something like that, man. I hope the UK government is listening to this, because I generally think motorways are one of the worst places to drive on. I mean, it's supposed to be the safest, believe it or not, in the United Kingdom. I don't know why I keep mentioning it. It's because I'm on the road all the time, and it annoys me. Some drivers annoy me. So let's get back to the podcast before I have an absolute fit is the word I'm trying to say. I'm gonna go and do.
Truth, am I the a-hole? Tell me the truth, am I the a-hole?
Tell me the truth, am I the a-hole? I haven't done an Am I the a-hole because I got banned from the other Am I the a-hole, because they were actually a real a-hole. That previous one, they were the a-hole. I found another group called Am I the a-hole. They haven't replied to my message to say, yeah, you can do it. I did message them. They haven't responded back yet. But I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care. Significant Will, if you're listening to this, I'm doing your Am I the a-hole. Their a-hole is, am I the a-hole for not allowing our son to visit my in-laws anymore? Because they don't feed him real food. So your in-laws are not feeding him proper food. Depends on how old your son is. Oh, it already starts off with that. Their son is 5.5. Oh, what a cutie. The last 4 times he spent time with my husband's parents. They only give him treats And I'm sick and tired of it. Just treats, like sweets and chocolate. And if that is what they're giving them, then that is not proper food. One time, all they gave him all day was a cinnamon roll and a hot chocolate. Another time, it was ice cream and a donut. Do you know what they're doing? They're not, I think, because it's their grandchild, they are literally like, I bet they've never gave any of that to your husband. Your husband has never had that. He's had proper food, proper home-cooked meals. But because times have changed and now they've got a grandchild and it's like having a son again. The stuff they couldn't provide to their first child, they're going to give it to their second child, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So, like, you wouldn't give your kids junk food, would you? But if your kids had kids, you'd be like, do you know what? I left out on them. I didn't give them any of this junk food. So I'm going to treat them to snacks. Maybe that's what it is. That's the thing with grandparents, I believe. My nan, when I used to go and visit my nan, she used to feed me all the time. Like, I love my nan. I really miss my nan a lot. Every time I went to her house, she'd be like, right, what do you want to eat? As soon as I walk in, I've ate, nan, don't worry about it, man. No, sit down, I'm going to make you something. Like, she'd literally go in the kitchen and start making. She used to bring out biscuits. She'll make tea. You know, there'll be samosas there sometimes. She'll fry them up. Man, I really miss my nan a lot. Anyway, I'm getting all soppy and sad. So, yeah, I think that's what it is, significant will. That's probably. I'm going to carry on reading your post anyway. To put down, now today they asked to pick him up from school and take him to a movie. That's nice. I agreed, but said, please feed him beforehand, as when they would be getting home would be well past dinner and bedtime. That's fair enough. Husband also called his dad and told him the same thing on the phone. Dad, make sure you feed him proper food. I bet they didn't. So their son got home and asked me what's for dinner. I'm like, what? You didn't eat? He says, well, I had a hot chocolate and a Kit Kat. They went totally against the rules. Classic grandparents. I told my husband, I am so done and that this is their last time because they do not listen at all. He said, I'm being an a-hole and it's not a big deal. Am I wrong? Oh, I think a lot of people would agree that listen to this podcast. I don't know how many there are. It's probably just the 10 people. Those 10 people that listen to this podcast would probably agree with me that a little snack now and again is not harmful. Just a little one. Not like a little one. Tiny one. But they should feed him a proper meal. Maybe they're just scared because he's so small. And the last time they had someone small in their house was like 40, 50 years ago. So to them, it's like, you know what I mean? They're probably scared that they don't want him to eat something and God forbid he chokes or, you know, bites his tooth and breaks it. But, I mean, they could have gave him anything, really. Something soft to eat. Or maybe they just don't have any food in the house. Maybe the grandparents live off snacky food. I don't know. But I am going to say, you're not the a-hole. I think because it's your husband's parents, your husband should be on your side a little bit and should agree that, yes, they should have fed him. Because when he got home, he was still hungry and he hasn't had a proper meal. What you could do is, here's a problem solver for you. Why don't you make him something to eat? Microwave food. Make him that. Pack it up in a lunchbox and give it to them and then say, here's his snacks or food, whatever it is, chicken nugget and chips. That's all kids eat. He can have that. Give that a try, and if it doesn't work, then I really don't know. I hope you get it solved. Significant will. There we go. That was today's
Truth, am I the a-hole? Tell me the truth, am I the a-hole?
obviously, they were not the a-hole, but I'll tell you what I want to do, people. Now, I'm going to end the podcast because I've gone over my time. Unbelievable. Let's end the podcast, as usual, with a weird news. I'll be honest, this weird news is very short indeed. Like, extremely short. I believe it comes from the United States. The title of the weird news is Insurers Say a Bear That Damaged Luxury Cars Was Actually a Person in a Costume. Somebody's gone round damaging cars dressed in a bear suit. There is pictures of this actual bear suit. That's what's the funniest thing. They've actually got a picture of this proper bear suit, man. It looks like the bear is wearing a shirt as well. A brown bear, man. And it's got like, you know, like those weapons that you hold with spikes on it. It's got that. The person is actually dressed in this bear suit. I haven't even read the frigging story. Bear suit, and he's holding these claws that could be used as an offensive weapon as well. Why would somebody dress up as a bear and damage luxury cars? That's what I don't understand. Let's have a look. So it comes all the way from LA in California. Knows how to party, California. Knows how to party. Anyway, California has seen its share of bears breaking into cars. But bears caught on camera entering a luxury car tipped off insurers that something wasn't quite right. In what it has dubbed Operation Bear Claw, the California Insurance Department said 4 LA residents were arrested on Wednesday, accused of defrauding 3 insurance companies out of nearly $142,000. I knew it had to do with fraud. By claiming a bear had caused damage to their vehicles. So these guys actually went out, dressed up as bears to damage cars. That's amazing. Their own cars as well. The group is accused of providing video footage from the San Bernardino mountain in January, apparently. It was a bear moving inside a Rolls-Royce and 2 Mercedes to the insurance companies. As part of their damage claim, the department said, photos provided by the insurance department showed what appeared to be scratches on the seats and doors. The company viewing the video of the Rolls-Royce suspected it was not a bear inside, but someone in a bear costume. Detectives found 2 additional claims with 2 different insurance companies for the 4 with the same date of loss and the same location. Similar video was provided of the bear inside the Mercedes vehicle. It was not immediately known if the 4 people arrested had attorneys. The department had a biologist from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. They actually called a professional who knows all about bears to see if they were real. To review the video, who concluded it was clearly a human in a bear suit. The length some people would go to for an insurance claim is absolutely amazing. After executing a search warrant, detectives found the bear costume in the suspect's home. Oh, God, that's absolutely bonkers, that is, isn't it? Imagine that. Some people are mad, man. Anyway, that was today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. It was all right, innit? I suppose. I'll let you know what happened in a week's time about my heat. Who knows? If you're listening, fingers crossed for me. Probably a bit too late, but yeah. I'll see you next week, guys.